FX Morning Mayhem podcast is an essential listen for currency traders. Each episode covers a curated watch list of key currency pairs alongside insightful market observations. It highlights crucial daily news events that could influence the market, ensuring traders are well informed. Additionally, the podcast offers valuable trading strategy tips, catering to both new and experienced traders in the Forex market. This podcast is for educational purposes only. None of this info should be construed as investment advice. To see the trades called out live for free on our Slack channel, click the link in the description or scan the QR code to join the trade faction. If you find this podcast valuable, please follow and share with a friend. And now, on with the show.
All right. Start with the instruments. Aussie, New Zealand dollar. We are in an uptrend, baby. And a long wave phase. We're in the inception zone, so we're waiting for this to set up. Just waiting for a green dot, basically. So just keep your eyes and ears peeled on that one. Aussie US dollar, same thing, except it's the opposite direction. We're trending to the downside. We are in the inception zone. This is a short wave phase. We are a little overextended here, hyperextended. So taking a short at this level is a little riskier, although it'll probably still work. If we get a dot here, you would have from here to about there for profit. I'm guessing that's probably at least 20 pips. Euro CAD, I just took my profits out of this one. This just went up slightly for me. It didn't get anywhere near my profit target, which I believe was way up here. So I ended up just taking profits where it was at because it was sitting in negative the whole holiday. And when it popped up above the profit line, I said, I'm not going to push my luck. I'm just going to take it and with a little bit, whatever it gave me, and move on.
Yep.
That's my New Year's resolution, is to improve my patience and just don't do stupid trades. We'll see if I succeed. This is the one I am in right now. Oh, cool. It's profitable. Okay, so this is pound Canadian dollars. I think I posted this to the trade faction. So this is a downward trend, short wave phase. We were looking for shorts. We got a sweet spot right here. We're in the zone. Everything is perfect. Okay. So my profit target is down here, although you see there's another algo trigger right here. You could target that. That's a little bit less. There's a really high likelihood you're going to hit this. A little less likelihood we're going to hit that. I'm going to try to be patient and just wait for it to make it all the way down here. But that's encouraging to see. That is working. Just looking back in retrospect, all of the trades that I took that I lost money on were not perfect setups. So I was just being impatient and forcing trades. So that's my New Year's resolution, which is I'm not going to take the trades unless they set up properly. So just freaking sit on your hands, which is really hard.
And make sure we're looking at spreads still.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
It took me a while to get into this trade.
Yeah. The spreads are nuts. All right. New Zealand, US dollar. This is still in the zone. Downward trend, but we're very close to being hyperextended. Almost the same story as the previous. If you get a dot, you could probably get in here and get out here. That's probably at least 10 pips. A little more risky than if you took it up here, right? That is the scoop there. Singapore dollar, Swissy franc. This is in an uptrend. Wow, we got everything in the zone. Waiting for a signal here. There was one way back here, but this is probably in the middle of the night, so I didn't take that one. So I would wait for a fresh one on this. Nothing to do here right now. US dollar, Canadian dollar, no nothing. It isn't an uptrend. We're hyperextended, so this really has to come back down here and do that before we'd be willing to take that trade. And then US dollar, Swissy franc, same exact story almost, except this is actually slightly in the inception zone. It's really close to being overextended. I would still wait. Even on this one, looking for longs, trending up, I would wait for this to pull back significantly before I got into it, because this is like way up at the top. That's a high risk trade. So that's it for the instruments. Let's talk news for today. We just posted unemployment claims. They're slightly lower. Of course they are. Huh. So it had almost no impact on pricing. And the rest of the news is all about Japan, so nobody cares here. They have a core CPI due out at 5:30 tonight. So unless you're trading the Japanese pairs, we're not going to worry about it too much.
Yep.
Okay, market insight section. I found an interesting thing today. It is the amount of money companies are spending on AI data centers.
Ooh.
Because you know that AI stuff is very hungry. What was that? What was that? The Muppet that was always hungry.
Cookie Monster?
Cookie Monster. Yeah, AI is like the Cookie Monster. Feed me, feed me. What people don't understand about artificial intelligence is that when you ask it a question and you're paying your $20 a month for your subscription, it's probably costing OpenAI $20,000 a question to answer that question. So
Probably.
it's a really shitty business model right now. What they're all doing is they're building these giant data centers to handle the load of people using the different chatbots and LLMs and machine learning models that have been released into the wilderness and now are getting into different applications. They're called vertical agents now, by the way. That's the new buzzword.
Really?
Yeah, just so you know. Yeah.
Um,
So, who do you think the top four data center spenders are?
or data center? Like country spenders or companies?
Company.
Let's
Four
go.
companies spending the most on data centers.
Is it just the FANG people?
The what? The FANG
FANG
people?
people? Yeah. I mean, Google, got
Yeah,
Google.
actually, it is, except for one.
Oh, Oracle.
No,
Yeah, bummer.
no. Give up?
So is it like Boeing or something stupid?
No, no, it's not.
What's going on? Okay, it's not a
No,
thing.
it's everyday names that you will recognize.
No, okay.
All right. Number one on the list, spending
Okay.
$40 billion on data centers is Microsoft.
Yeah,
Because aren't they half owner of OpenAI? Something like that.
something like that. They're big
Yeah,
co.
there's some weird incestuous relationship there.
Yeah.
Number two is Google spending $29 billion on a data center. Number three, this might have been a surprise, is Meta spending $23 billion on data centers. Their glasses are starting to intrigue me because they're at a reasonable price point and they appear to do some pretty cool stuff. So
How good is the API?
I don't know. That's
Mm,
what I've read some articles on it, watched some videos on it, and they look pretty cool. If they
mm.
can do what they say they can do, they're almost convincing me to at least try a pair.
Okay.
And last on the list is Amazon at $16 billion dollars as far as building out their infrastructure. The one company on the list that I was surprised wasn't on here, and I don't know, maybe this is a lefty article, but Tesla, because I know Musk is building a giant,
Oh yeah,
a
that's some
giant
AI.
data center for his, what does he call his, Gronk or something like that? He's got a funny
Yeah,
name for
weird.
his. Yeah. Yeah, so right now this is the problem, is that we need giant data centers to answer the questions because fundamentally AI is really dumb and all of these problems are solved via brute force. So it's if you're playing tic-tac-toe, the computer has to figure out every single possible move before you make your move, and that takes up a lot of juice. Now, interesting side note, I was watching a documentary yesterday on quantum computing.
Okay.
Now, that is really freaking interesting stuff. So the concept behind computers is bits, they're either on or they're off. The individual bit is called a qubit, and it can be on or off simultaneously.
Yeah, that thing's
which is a little hard to grasp, right? It can
Hmm.
be in either state simultaneously, but because of that, the ability for it to solve problems is exponentially higher. So they were in this documentary, they were giving all these examples of encryption and are saying encryption is crackable, but it's basically it takes forever, right? So
Yeah.
I forget what they were showing, like a 64-bit encryption, two prime numbers, blah 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 blah. Yeah, this could be cracked, but it would take you 400 million years to do it or some shit like that, right? But a quantum computer would do it in less than 40 seconds because of this weird qubit. I can be a one or a zero at any given second in time, kind of a thing. There's two really big controversies in quantum computing. One is, oh, they're going to be able to crack all the fucking codes
Yeah.
day one, right? That's going to be a problem. And the other issue was a more positive issue. The more optimistic people say that this will just open up so much opportunity in the world that all of this keeping up with the Joneses and fighting with each other is just going to vaporize because there's going to be much better shit to do than kill each other. So I'm for plan B on that one. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, enough babbling about technology. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll make some money today and see how everything goes. It's slow for the holiday, so just be careful. Like you said, watch the spreads because sometimes the spreads are like insane over
Yeah.
the holidays. And that's about it.